Well, good. Let me see. Afternoon. It's almost noon here. So I just wanted to, I figure I'm going to do a little bit of a longer one today instead of a short. I'm just going to get comfortable. um, we're going to talk today. Make sure my microphone's working. We're going to talk today about my keto journey. I'll give you a little update on what's going on with my keto journey. Let's see. Because I wanted to talk about a few other things too that has to do with the whole keto lifestyle. Let me see. In over 2 months now, I'm gonna look back to see exactly when I started, but I want to say maybe 9 weeks going on 10. So so far it's been really well. It's definitely, well, to me it seems slow because you know anytime, it seems like when you're gaining weight, it's true goes so quick. When you're trying to lose weight, then it seems like it crawls, but it's not. It's very healthy. Let me see. I'm going to go on to 26 pounds. I believe I'm 26 pounds down, which is really cool because I've I've said this before. I've been on this excuse me journey before quite a few times, and then I've started this journey a few times too in between in between successfully doing keto. By successful, I should say successfully losing the weight that I wanted to lose. Keeping it off, we'll talk about that. That's a whole nother story. So, and then the in between stuff, in between always trying to, excuse me, when I've gained my weight back, then I'll try to jump back on keto after the fact because I'm like, oops, I better do something. And I'll last about week two, right over that 10-pound loss. You get 10, 15 pounds off in the beginning, that water weight or whatever. And then it kind of stalls for a little while. And then when it stalls, that's when you start getting a little bit frustrated, impatient, which I don't know why, because uh, I sure as heck wasn't impatient when I was gaining it all back. That was that was not a problem at all. So then I would, go back to eating the way I was eating and get back that 15 pounds. So I'm sure I'm right there with a lot of people out there. I have lost 10, 20, 30 pounds over and over and over again in my lifetime. So many times that I should weigh actually zero by now, beyond zero. And it's so frustrating when you get down 15, 20, even 20 pounds, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, and then you start eating, and in your mind, you're like, all right, well, I'll just eat a little bit. It's okay if I gain a couple pounds. And the next thing, that scale's just going up and up and up. And I am obsessed with a scale when I'm trying to lose weight. I don't know if it's healthy. I don't honestly don't care if it's healthy. Some people say it's not healthy to watch the scale. It's not healthy to think about that. That's me. That's what I do. That's how I keep myself under control. If I don't get on that scale, at least every few days, and that's every few days. I'll be honest with you, I will get on the scale every day, every other day. Once in a while in my mind, I'll say, okay, let's just give it a few days because I won't see anything. But I'm I'm a scale watcher. That's how I am. I have also started measuring myself this time around too, and then you do notice that. So I feel like that's a little bit better because when the scale's not moving, the tape measure is moving a little bit. So it's just like a relief. So 26 pounds down. I'm feeling really, really good this time around. I've gotten through the keto flu. I've gotten through the sugar withdrawals. All the nastiness and everything else has come out of my system. And like I said, I'm doing it with a friend of mine at work, and so we're kind of keeping each other on track. And I really appreciate that. It's nice to have a diet buddy. And I hate to say the word diet. It is a diet. It's also a lifestyle choice, but I do have a diet buddy, and so we kind of keep each other on track. We'll check in with each other, see how we're doing, and that is such a help. Because be honest with you, um, I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes the boyfriends aren't a help. Um, they try to be, But then when your boyfriend's eating whatever he can, because he doesn't have a weight problem, he doesn't have the issues that you have, and the Chinese food or the pizza or the snacks that are in the house, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I got to live around it. It's I'm you don't have to take everything out of the house because this is the real world we live in. And snacks are part of the real world. I work, there's snacks where I work. So there's going to be snacks around me. If I really wanted to cheat on my diet, do you not think I could stop at the store on my way to work and mow down on a few things if I really, really wanted to? But who am I kidding? I'm not going to be fooling anybody because the weight will come right back on. So 26 pounds down. I haven't gotten as active, exercise wise. I've used my vibration machine, which I love that so much, the vibration plate. Once in a while, I work, so I'm trying to stay a little bit more active at work. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes, like my last shift, I felt like I ran back and forth, and it felt so good because I don't feel tired. Just that 26 pounds gone, my body doesn't feel so tired. When I had that 26 pounds on me before I decided to really buckle down and really do this keto, I was feeling so tired. My body was, it was dragging. My knees are starting to hurt. I live on the third floor. Walking up the 3 flights was, every time I pulled into my driveway, I'd look at those stairs like, oh, just get it over with, just get it over with. So I'm not feeling like that. I'm feeling there's more energy. I'm starting to move more. I can't wait to drop the next 10 pounds. I still have a ways to go, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna try not to rush this time because this has to be. It has to be. And I say this every time. This has to be my lifestyle. I don't know how many people out there on keto, trying keto, agree with keto or not. It's it's not it's not that it's hard, it's not that it's easy, it's just different. I don't eat potatoes, I don't eat pasta, I don't eat sugar. As far as artificial sweeteners, I'm still on the fence about that. I'm trying to stick to the stevia. That's the more of the natural. I'm trying to stay away from, definitely trying to, aspartame, absolutely not. What else is there? Saccharin. And I'm really trying to cut back on the sucralose because I've heard things about that too, but I've also heard it depends on how much you use. If you're just down in sucralose for everything, then yes, okay. And then some people say that the artificial sweeteners will tempt you to want to go on and eat something else that's sweet. I don't find that to be true. I have tried, I like the sucralose, I do the stevia. The allulose, that's what it is. Allulose is supposed to be one of the best ones because it's a natural product. So the allulose and the stevia is what I'm doing right now. And then of course sucralose sneaks its way into everything. I don't care. I will look on something. I've been drinking the same soda for a while. It's a sugar-free soda. Um, a coworker had introduced me to this, and I just absolutely love it. And then all of a sudden, smack, they're talking about sucralose, and what do? I look on it, and it's sucralose, and I'm like, why? Why do I find something that's good and it's got sucralose in it? I mean, why? So then I tried this other one called Zevia. Mm, mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. I bought an 8 pack because it has the stevia in it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try this. It has to be better than the other one. Mm-hmm. Tried it. So sweet. Like, so sweet. That sweetener. I don't even know. Why do they have to make it so sweet? They could have cut half of that sweetener out of there and I would have been happy with it. I don't know why it just seems so sweet. Maybe because I don't eat sugar anymore. But no, that's just, I finished the 8 pack. I gave my coworker one. She didn't like it, and I don't blame her. And then, of course, I wanted to finish the other 7 because I'm not about wasting stuff. So I did. I finished the other 7. But I'm not going to be buying that again. So I had done another time that I had been on this, I had gotten like the seltzers, the flavored seltzers. And those are pretty good. I can do those. Water, I'm trying to do more water. That's a chore. I do love water, but when you're supposed to be drinking it is when apparently I don't drink enough. So So I'm trying to get my water down. Coffee is my thing. But with the coffee, I used to use the sugar-free creamers. And then, of course, that's got, it has, carbs have a funny way of sneaking in there. They'll sneak in anything they possibly can. And even if you think something doesn't have carbs, just make sure that you're really paying attention, because for all the times that I've tried this lifestyle, I have messed up by not realizing things that I was eating had carbs in it. I was last time I was doing it, I was eating too much fat. Some people think that you can eat whatever calories you want when you're on keto, and that may be true in the beginning, because in the beginning you're trying to keep yourself full, you're trying to detox off of your carbs. So yeah, I can see where you could do the calories and everything else. But once your body adjusts and goes through the keto flu, goes through the sugar withdrawal, you need to really pay attention to what you have for calories, what you have for fat. Make sure that you're getting enough proteins. This time I decided to really pay attention to my proteins, my macros, and I never did before. I'd be like, macros, that's just so complicated, but it's really not. Once you know what you should be having for your weight and your size and for what you're going towards, it's not that hard to keep track of them. I just busted a nail. That is annoying. Why? Um, it's not that hard to make sure you get your protein in. Protein is the most important thing. And I have done enough diets in my lifetime to know maybe that's probably why I feel so good this time, is I'm getting the right amount of protein and the right amount of fat. I'm not getting too much fat. So that's my keto journey right now. And the crazy thing is, this time I I used to eat peanut butter. And peanut butter, I figured because I was making it homemade, I would make my own. I'd get the peanuts, I'd whip them up into a nice healthy peanut butter. No, nothing added, just straight roasted peanuts, and make my peanut butter. And I was addicted to that stuff. I would 2 tablespoons on carb-friendly bread, and I would have that almost for breakfast almost every day, not thinking about it. Well, this time I decided to, I had read that, peanuts can be a little bit inflammatory and things like that. So I just thought, all right, let's just cut it out for the beginning. Let's just not eat the peanut butter, see if it makes a difference. And you don't realize if anything makes a difference until you go back and eat it again. That's the whole kicker. So I did not eat peanut butter at all for this whole time that I've been on this. Like I said, it's been 8 going into 9 weeks. I'm going to really definitely look on the calendar because it could be going on to 10 weeks. So I didn't eat peanut butter the whole time until yesterday. Yesterday, I just wanted some peanut butter. I still had some of it in the refrigerator, some of the homemade stuff, and I was like, I'm just going to have 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. I counted my macros, my fats, my proteins, my calories, my carbs, everything else. Put that into my daily thing, and I ate it. And I'll tell you, I don't know what happened, but I I was felt bloated. I just felt awful. My stomach felt awful. Not just awful, very gassy. And I couldn't figure out why I was feeling that way for a few hours after. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, I had peanut butter. Was that what caused it? I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I felt off. And that's the only thing that I ate different, that I have not eaten in the last weeks, was peanut butter. And that's what I ate yesterday. And I just felt it wasn't comfortable. So I looked it up, and yeah, it can be an inflammatory. It can cause like stomach issues or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so maybe before, when I was eating it almost every single day, I don't know. I don't know. So I've decided that I'm just not going to eat it. I don't need to, or maybe once in a great while I will. Maybe I'll try it again in another 8 weeks. See if it affects me the same way, and then I'll know. I'll know. I also last time used a lot of heavy cream. Um, Heavy cream is healthy for you, but I think the calories part of it and the fat part of it, I think I was just getting too much fat, and I wasn't paying attention to my calories. This time I'm being very careful about what I put in as far as calories, carbs, and everything else. My carbs are 20 a day, 20 carbs a day. You can think, oh my God, that's horrible. I barely reach 20 every day. I barely reach 20. My carbs normally average into under 10. And it's not that hard to stay. It's not that hard. I don't eat breads. I don't eat pasta. I don't eat potatoes. I eat salads. And my salads are basically the lettuce, whether it be iceberg, romaine, and I eat cucumbers. And I always make my salads the same. It's like 2 to 3 cups of salad with a half a cup of cucumber. Once in a while, I'll put some cherry tomatoes in there. I count how many I have because they're a little bit higher and they can also be inflammatory. So I kind of watch those, and I might be the next thing I give up for a little while. See if that affects me anyway. And I usually use Ken's Italian dressing, and I always measure things out now, because before I would just be pouring on there, assuming I was putting on a couple tablespoons, but no, measuring. I measure everything. I weigh everything. That may seem annoying to people, and but it's become a habit for me. So I do that because then I know exactly what I'm putting into my body. I can kind of keep track of everything, and that seems to be working for me this time. And then I also have an app. I use AI app, and it's really easy because all I have to do is talk into it and tell it exactly what I'm having for breakfast, and then I'll say log it, and then I'll get back to you on what I'm having for supper. I will eat 2 meals a day most of the time, but then there's a lot of times I try to just eat 1 meal a day, and and that's just, it's called OMAD, and it's fasting, and um, I'll try to do that. It's supposed to be really good for your body. I'd like to get more into that as time goes by. Um, but I kind of go with what how I'm feeling that day. If I'm hungry, like today I was hungry, so I had eggs. I eat a lot of eggs. I don't eat a lot of cheese, but I do eat cottage cheese, and I know that is cheese. But I know I do love cottage cheese now. I don't know what it is. I put it into my eggs and make scrambled eggs with cottage cheese. I don't know. It's really good. I really like it. Yeah, but before I was doing pepperoni. I would buy this big stick of pepperoni, really big stick, as big as I could get it. And I would eat chunks of pepperoni and chunks of cheese. That was how I did this last time. No wonder I wasn't doing very well. I'm thinking I'm eating a couple ounces of pepperoni in my mind. I'm like, oh yes, a couple ounces. So this time when I measured it, no, oh my God, you're eating 3 to 4 ounces. That's a lot of fat. And it's also a lot of processed food, processed meats that I didn't need. I'm trying to stay away from the processed meats once in a while, lunch meat, deli meats and stuff like that. Trying to stay away from that. Trying to do just more regular food, cooking, chicken, pork. I eat pork. I eat steak once in a while. I don't eat as much beef. Um, a lot of chicken. I'll be honest with you, I eat a lot of chicken. And then I eat a lot of eggs. And so far I don't get sick of it. But, it's only been a couple months. So I'm going to have to figure out how to, that's my problem. This is all fine. I'm really, really good at doing the diet part. Yeah, I've done it so many times. It's what my life has been. Have had a weight problem my whole life. It's what it's, I get focused and I'm really good at it, have a plan, and I actually I enjoy it. The thing is when I reach my weight that my body is, like last time, I probably lost about over 70 pounds. I got probably as thin as I've ever been in my life from doing keto. And I felt really, really good. Other people thought I was too thin, but whatever, to me, I couldn't be too thin. When you have a weight problem your whole life and then somebody tells you you're too thin, you're like, okay, thank you. But it's the maintaining that I have a problem with. Once it's all said and done and I've lost that weight, it's been hard and it's been a struggle for me on the maintenance part of it. So that's going to be what I really have to work on. So that's why I'm not rushing it this time. I'm not like in my mind, I'm not like, oh God, hurry up and lose this 50, 60 pounds that you have to lose. It's going to come off. It's going to come off. When it comes off, I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm more worried about when it finally does come off. When it finally comes off and we have to start maintenance, that's when I'm going to have to really sit down and I'm going to have to make a plan. Because I don't want to keep gaining this weight back. It's annoying. It is so annoying. I know it can't be good for my body either. I'm getting older. It's not as easy, obviously, when you get older to lose it. But I really, 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 I don't know out there how many people, are struggling with the maintenance part of it. That's going to be my struggle. So when I have gotten down there, I'm going to really work hard on that maintenance part. That's going to take my effort, my time, and my focus on doing it right. Because it's some people are like, oh, how are you going to do this for the rest of your life? I have to do this for the rest of my life. I have to, because if not, then that it comes back. And no, it doesn't fly back on. Everybody's like, oh, it comes on quicker than it goes off. No, no, not necessarily. It feels like it does because you're gaining weight. So, it took me, I'm going to say maybe a year to gain all my weight back, and it took me a year to lose it. So, I just don't want to keep doing this, keep taking another year of my life to lose the weight and then sit there and stress about it and then gain it. And then another year goes by. Say every 2 years I'm losing weight. Oh, I don't want to keep doing this. It's annoying. So that's going to be my problem. So I just want to come on, and I wanted to check in with you and let you know how my keto journey was going. We've talked about other things. I wanted this channel to be about everything. Everything. We've talked about my book. We're going to talk about my keto journey. I would love to talk about anything that you have. Leave comments. I'll be happy to chat about anything that you want to talk about. I'm up for whatever. It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. Did you see my Christmas lights up there? Aren't they cute? I like them. I may just leave them up because I that's it. That's it. That's my holiday cheer. That is my decorations. There is no Christmas tree here, and it's nothing against anything. I'm not a Grinch. I'm not a bah humbug or nothing like that. I just didn't feel like putting a Christmas tree up. I didn't. I have two cats, and as much as they would have totally enjoyed that Christmas tree, I probably would not have enjoyed them enjoying that Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel like doing it. So this is my Christmas cheer. And then I have a stocking, and then hi, that's it. We're just gonna get each other a couple presents in a stocking, and that's the way I want to do it, because if I want something, I'll go out and buy it. So I think Christmas, I don't know. I'm happy this year. I'm not sad about Christmas. It is a different Christmas. I'm gonna work this Christmas. I'm gonna do a double shift, and that's fine because it's definitely money wise, it's worth it. It'll definitely be worth it. The bonus, the overtime, and everything else, and I'm perfectly happy doing that. So I will probably be back tomorrow, um, and just do a little short. I'm gonna do a few little things. I'm gonna try to get a little story out for my grandchildren. Maybe do a little taping so that they can hear Grammy read them a Christmas story, and work on a few other things. And I think that's it. Also, I wanted to mention I'm not, um, I'm trying to, I'm not going to be, what is that word, salesy, but I was able to become, what do they call it, Amazon Associates. So it's kind of like you can recommend things. Like I had talked about my little microphone here, and then I had sent in the link if you wanted it. And I'm going to do that from time to time because why not? If I get a little percentage of a sale, then why wouldn't I want to do that? I'm not going to be pushy, and every single time is going to be like, look at this. But I'll be honest with you, I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. I am always getting Amazon stuff. It's where I get everything. I buy my shampoos, I buy everything off of Amazon. So there's going to be times where there's going to be little things. I got something today, which I'll show you another time. I'm not going to push it on you, but it's really cute. Then I'm just going to show you it and mention it, and then I'll just put the link down below. And if you're interested, you are, and if you're not, that's okay too. So I just wanted to let you know that if you do hear me or see me mentioning a few things, that's why I'm doing it. And also one more thing. In my link in my description too was a what is it called? Buy me a coffee, which is kind of cool, but that's neither here nor there. There's also other things on there, which is really cool. PDFs, and which I know I mentioned before too. PDFs on how to write a children's book and everything else. So those are little things that I've discovered lately, which I'm really excited about, because I wanted this YouTube channel to be something fun, but I was starting to think about it and I'm like, oh, I'm never going to get enough subscribers. You're supposed to have so many views and with else. And then I thought, you know what? No, let's not make it about that. Let's just make it fun. Let's just make it fun. Let's make it talking. You guys can leave comments. I would love to hear everything. And let's just, whatever, take it one day at a time. And if there's little things along the way that I can do, like the Amazon thing, like to buy me a coffee, like my books, promoting my books and stuff. There's all those little things that I have my hands in. And that's just what I'm doing. I think it's fun. I have this creative side that for some reason at 60 has decided to pop right on out. And I'm just gonna enjoy the ride. So I hope everybody's safe out there. We're getting a little bit of snow right now. I'm not sure how much. They say 1 to 3. I don't know. For all I know, it could be 8 inches. So y'all be safe out there if you're up here. And if you're down where it's warm, lucky you. And that's it. So we will talk again. Bye, everybody.